Hey, welcome to Tuning In with Your Cycle. Today I am gonna share with you the food group you need to be eating during your luteal phase in order to control mood swings. You know, those mood swings that are characteristic of the PMS week and that usually or most often kind of last all throughout the luteal phase. Remember, the luteal phase is the phase right after ovulation, and this is where our estrogen dips, and that dip in our estrogen is what causes us to be irritable. But if there's one thing you can do to prevent kind of that dip to super make an effect in your mood and have more control mood throughout your PMS and luteal phase, then the one thing you need to be eating and including are complex carbohydrates, because you see, complex carbohydrates during the luteal phase help stabilize levels of dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine and serotonin are neurotransmitters, but they're also known as our happy hormones. So dopamine is really important for focus. So if you even feel with a little bit of brain fog and all that right before your period, then eating complex carbs is going to help that, because dopamine, again, as I said, increases focus, and not only that, but increases pleasure and motivation. So you know, also before your period, if you feel like you don't want to do anything, and even things you love, you don't find them as motivating, this is gonna help with that, because it's gonna keep you feeling good. Now on the other hand, we have serotonin. Serotonin is like our happy hormone. So as it says, it helps you stay happy and prevent that kind of depression, anxiety, irritability, and bad mood that again characterizes this time of the month. And what I see in my practice, what I see inside PMSing, is a lot of women, a lot of us cut down carbohydrates, because carbohydrates have a very bad rep. But if you're gonna control your carbohydrate intake, do not do it as much during your luteal phase, because if you are suffering from mood swings, then I want you to really reevaluate how much complex carbs are you including in your meals, and link it if it's one of the reasons you're having these mood swings. Again, it can be lack of complex carbohydrates, but it can also be a hormonal imbalance. It can be excess estrogen, low progesterone. But this is one thing you can evaluate right now and see if you're doing or not. And if you're not including complex carbohydrates like oats, rye bread, sweet potatoes, beans, lentils, then start doing that. As soon as you finish your ovulation phase, start including these complex carbohydrates to help with the dip in estrogen levels and to promote serotonin and dopamine healthy levels. Okay, and also like a small hack I want to teach you today is that during your luteal phase, it's really good to roast or bake your vegetables, because that increases kind of like their natural sugar content. It not only makes them taste sweeter, but it also, this natural sugar content helps with that dip in estrogen and helps you prevent irritability that tags along with this dip. Okay, so those are the things. To recap, you need to be eating complex carbs like oats, beans, quinoa, sweet potatoes during your luteal phase, and you need to be roasting and baking those vegetables to increase the natural sugar content. Okay, and if you have noticed that you're not feeling that great and you suspect that you have a hormonal imbalance, you can always book a 30-minute cycle assessment with me, where we can evaluate your cycle, your hormones, and figure out what your next steps should be. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Bye.